So during this ride, what I want to do is something I really like talking about, and that's lane choice on the superhighway. Lane choice on the superhighway. So here I'm on I-5 just past Gorman, heading south towards Los Angeles, and it's a good place to do it. So it's a big super 3-4 lane highway, some traffic out here. And really, I'm just going to give you my ideas of lane choice. And I don't know if there's a wrong or right answer, but through my paralysis of analysis over the last 5-6 years, this is what I've come up with, and this is what I do kind of intuitively. I don't even think about it anymore. So let's start with the very beginning. So here I'm in a lane, and in each lane there's 3 parts. There's the right side, there's the center lane, and then there's the left side of the lane. To begin with, I almost never ride in the middle of the lane. To me, that's where the oil is, the debris, the whatever, but let me talk about debris. You know, having traveled across country a couple of times, up to Canada a couple of times, basically the highways of the U.S. are pretty clean from debris. In the summertime, you're going to get some tire carcasses that'll be kind of on the road. Once in a while, a piece of wood, but generally speaking, man, you'll have to agree the roads are clean. Now, I'm not talking about potholes or that type of stuff. That's a mess. But when we talk about simply the cleanliness of roads, are pretty clean. But nonetheless, I will not ride in the center of the road, except on a single lane highway going through a mountain. I may cross it from there then. So usually I will ride in this lane here, one closest to the line. Either that's the right side or the left side. So here we've got a big wide freeway. And my theory is, if you're a faster car than me, if I'm going 80 miles an hour, which right now I'm going 77. If I'm going 80 and a guy behind, I'm in a fast lane, a guy's going 80, I'm gonna move over. If I'm going 90 and the guy behind me going 95, I'm gonna move over. Fast lane is reserved for the fastest car that day. Just move over and let it go. So anyway, so when I choose a lane, no matter how fast I go to, I'm going to pick either the left part of the lane or the right part of the lane. Now I'm assuming those to my left are going to be going a little faster than I am. So I'm going to be in the right side because I assume that I'll be passing cars that are on my right. And what I want to do is position my bike not in a blind spot, but in a place where they can easily see me. Cars and trucks. So I'll ride in this lane, on the right side of the lane, most of the time. So for example, here we're coming up to a couple slow trucks, and I'll tell you my other theory is, my thinking is, when I don't want to pass a truck right here. So I'll ride in this part of the lane until I get closer to the truck, then I'll slide over the left side to pass the truck. In addition, I don't want to ride parallel to the truck at the same speed. Too many tires pop from time to time. That's going to scare me to death, give me a heart attack, and create problems. So again, I will sometimes, if it's pretty crowded, flash my lights, let him know here I didn't today. But here he can see me coming up on him. He knows I'm here. So now I'll kind of swing over to the left. I'm passing him at a good speed, maybe 3 or 4 miles an hour. And I typically will cross the hood, and then I'll wing over, and I'll always give drivers a wave. And all the waving I've done to truck drivers, hundreds, I've gotten 3 flashes like, yeah, I wave back to you. Here I'm coming another truck. Again, I'll scoot over to the left part of the lane to avoid a carcass coming off, a blowout, something like that. And now I'll just stay here and pass this next truck. Now I've got this tow truck ahead of me, and let's talk about something else. It's called how far back should you be from a truck? I say 2.5 to 3 seconds. So he crosses some indicator on the street, you go 1001, 1002, 1003. That's how far back you should be. So again, I'm going to pass him going on around him and about. So that's kind of the 2 things we've learned so far, is what Danger Dave does. And hey, I am no expert. I'm just giving you what I think makes sense to me. I ride on typically the right part of the lane, right side of the lane, whatever lane I'm in, and then we'll go from there. Now, if I'm in the slow lane, I will not ride in this on the right side of the lane, and there's a reason for that. This puts me close to the side where, in this case, animals can come across, deer can come across, and I don't want my first reaction to be to the right, and then I'm hitting the curb and problems. So I'll ride in the left part of this lane, in the slow lane, just to give me a little bit more time, maybe that split second. If an animal jumps the fence, then I can move to the right if I had to avoid that. So that's the exception. And when I'm in the right lane, next to the curb or the border, I will ride in the left part of the lane. Other than that, I am riding in the right side next to the white line. Does that make sense? Put your comment down below. What do you do? Hey, be critical of me. That's okay. I can take it. And the other thing I do is it's fun for me. I just try to keep it in this lane as long as I can. I don't weave around the lane like I'm lost or I'm tired. I try to focus it right. Boom. I'm in this lane. This is where I'm going to be. Getting Ken out the car, I usually don't scoot over, but I do sometimes. Particularly there's an old beater and you don't want to get in trouble. So that is that part of the lane. So I'll stop talking now and we'll pick it up a little bit later.